Hi everyone, welcome to Life Prepared. I'm really excited to tell you today what I have purchased to add to my food stores, and you're not going to believe the entire cost of what I was able to pick up. Let me get you a little bit straighter here. The first thing I picked up was I found these little cans of pasta sauce. And they were 2 for $1. And I like that they're a smaller size because you don't have to open a great big jar and, sometimes you let it go bad, or if there was a situation where the power was out, I wouldn't have to worry about how I'm going to keep this cold in the summertime. So I got 2 of those for $1. Now each can has 3.5 servings of 40 calories each, and there's 1 gram of protein per serving. So in this can alone, I'm getting 140 calories and 3.5 grams of protein. And I'll tell you why that's important to know later. The next item I picked up was 3 cans of tomato sauce. Those were $1 also. Each can has 7 servings with 25 calories, or 175 per can. And each serving has 1 gram of protein, or 7 grams of protein per can. I picked up a coconut oil from the dollar store, so it was $1. There's 14 servings in there with 120 calories per serving, or a total of 1,680 calories. The next thing I picked up was some tomato soup. The tomato soup was 5 cans for $1. That was a really good bargain. Now these prices are not normal for my area. I did go into a major town about 45 miles away where I picked up most of this. There's 2.5 servings per can with 90 calories per serving, or 235 per can. There is 2 grams of protein per serving, or 5 per can. And I have 5 of those total. Again, at the dollar store, I picked up this Luncheon Loaf. It was $1. There's 6 servings per can of 110 calories each, or 660 calories. More importantly, I picked this up because there's 6 grams of protein per serving for a total of 36 grams of protein. When I was in town at the other store I got these bargains, I picked up this chili. Now, according to the can, it's 1 serving of 450 calories. There is 14 grams of protein in this 1 can. I picked up a can of tuna. The tuna was 68 cents. I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you, the chili was 78 cents. The tuna is 68 cents. It's 1 serving of 110 calories, but there's, again, 22 grams of protein in here. Once again, I got one of my favorites, an evaporated milk. It was 44 cents. There's 12 servings in this can for a total of 480 calories and 24 grams of protein per can. I picked up a big jar of rolled oats. There is 30 servings in this container at 150 calories per serving, or a total of 4,500 calories. There's also 5 grams of protein per serving for a total of 150 grams of protein. That was $2.18. That was my largest purchase of the day. I was able to pick up 2 boxes of pasta for $1. Each box has 8 servings at 200 calories per serving, or 1,600 calories per box. But in pasta, there's also some protein at 7 grams of protein per serving, or 56 grams per box. Now, normally I grow and I can most of my veggies, but these I did pick up for a little bit longer term. They're not expired, quote unquote, or best buy until the end of 2022, where my home canned goods I like to rotate out in a year to a year and a half. but I picked up 4 cans of beans for $2. There's 3.5 servings per can, total of 70 calories per can, but there's also 7 grams of protein. I picked up some peanut butter. The peanut butter was 98 cents. So I grabbed one for my long-term stores and one for my everyday eating. There's 16 servings per jar of 200 calories or 3,200 calories per jar. There's also 7 grams of protein per serving for a total of 112 per jar. Whenever I get a chance and I get a good deal, I pick up some butter. Now I put 2 of these into my long-term stores. I'm going to turn it into ghee. There is 32 servings per container of 100 calories per serving or 3,200 calories for the entire pound of butter. Last but not least, I got an awesome deal. Now, I raise my own turkeys, so normally I do not buy them. But I'm going to show you mine because I can mine. And the other one's in the freezer, and I didn't feel like going outside to get into the freezer. But I picked up how large were you? 12.41 pound turkey at 23 cents per pound on clearance. It was one of the last ones they had. Now, normally on a turkey that size, I get 8 pints. I put 1 pound per pint into each jar. Turkey is normally 3 ounces per serving at 120 calories, but that most importantly has 26 grams of protein per serving. In addition, I always get bone broth, and soup on top of what you see in that jar. So I'm not even counting that as part of the storage. The reason I'm telling you all of this is that to be considered a healthy diet by the USDA, a woman should have between 1,800 and 2,000 calories per day, and a man should have between 2,000 and 2,400 calories. A woman should eat between 46 and 60 grams of protein a day, depending on her activity level. I'm going to average it out at 50 for me, especially in the wintertime. I'm not out gardening and all that kind of stuff. Men should have between 56 and 80 grams of protein per day, let's say average of 70. Well, of course, you're supposed to have 2 fruits, 2 to 3 vegetables, certain amount of starch, and then your fats. But I concentrate more on getting the proteins in because that's probably your most expensive item that you're going to get. Well, everything you see here, now I don't have like the 4 cans out or the 5 cans out, but this is what I was able to purchase. I got a total of 24,490 calories, but most importantly, there is 1,275 grams of protein in what I purchased. That gives me, as a single woman, 25 days worth of protein in just this one purchase. The entire purchase was a total of $19.90. So I think I did pretty darn good on what I was able to pick up. Now, you have to understand, this is more for my long-term storage. Much of this food that I eat on an everyday basis, I raise turkeys, chickens, ducks, so I get meat and eggs. I sell the offspring and the eggs a lot. That covers their costs, so I have very little cost involved in raising those. I have a huge garden that I can and freeze as just about everything that comes through it. And I also forage for a lot of my own food. So we'll talk about some of that, those skills that you should learn to really kind of amp up taking care of yourself, to be a little bit more self-sufficient in case, SHTF happens. And I'm not talking a zombie apocalypse. I'm talking a sudden death of a family member and you are without income until you figure out how you're going to get a job or increase your ability to earn money to feed yourself, or a sudden job loss, or a sudden illness that takes you out of work, like it did for me for 11 months. And they didn't give me my disability check for the first 5 months I was off. So I had to go into my stores and eat. But anyway, I wanted to share with you what I was able to pick up. I'm pretty proud of myself. With the rice that I already have stored, I have 100 servings of rice in storage. I picked up a 20-pound bag for $1.75 on clearance. Best bargain of my life. With that alone, I'm getting over 20,000 calories. So with everything you see here on the table and my rice in storage, if I had to survive on just what I have right now in my long-term storage, I should be able to be fine for at least 25 days. And that doesn't include any of my home canned goods or anything else. That's just this little group of food that I have put aside. So think about it, guys. Are you doing what you can to put food aside in case something happens? Take what you see here for $19.90. Now this is for one person for 25 days. Can you figure out a way to feed your family? Now, if you have a family of 3, you're going to have to work a little longer to get to this type of long-term food storage. But what you see here would last a family of 3 at least a week and a half. So it's a great start. Look for those little bargains. Start looking at those protein counts. You know what a woman needs. Children, depending on the age, growing teenage boys are probably going to need that upper end of closer to 70 or 80 grams a day. A toddler is going to need 20 or 30 grams of protein a day. I believe getting the carbohydrates in is the easy part. There's pasta's cheap, rice is cheap. A bag of flour, 5-pound bag, is only 99 cents right now. So you can make things out of that flour, like inexpensive pancakes or roti bread. It's just flour and water. So anyway, I hope that you think about getting some long-term stores going. Work on what you can, and let me know what you find that you put away in your stores so that I can get better ideas as well. Thank you for joining me. I hope you like this video. If you do, please give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. And if you hit that little notification bell, you'll know the next time I put another video up. Have a wonderful holiday, everybody. I hope you enjoy.